What's going on, guys? Once again, this is Hoggie's Beer Reviews, and this is the second part in a two-part video reviewing the beers from Nimbus Brewing in Tucson, Arizona. If you haven't seen part one already, go check that out. Once again, big shout out to 1991 NCW for sending the beers my way. I gave you 2 reviews of the 5 different beers that I was sent in part 1, and here go the other 3 reviews. Enjoy. Okay, we're back, and this time what we're drinking is the Pale Ale from Nimbus. Take a look at the label there. Nimbus Pale Ale, Nimbus Brewing Company, Arizona. This one is 5.5% alcohol by volume. And yeah, not much else going on with that. Got 2 of those. Going to see what Nimbus's Pale is like now. Punching it up on Beer Advocate. Just to give you an idea here, out of 63 reviews total on Beer Advocate, it receives a B-. So that's not pretty good. That's not too bad. It's categorized as an American Pale Ale. It's always important between an English Pale and an American Pale. American Pales tend to be a little more hoppy, and this is one of Nimbus's year-round reviews. Not much else to say, really. Again, I do love the cap with the little monkey. And yeah, let's get right to it. And for this one, nothing special. I got my glass from the Titanic Brewing Company here in Miami. It's a little brew pub. They brew their own beer. Some of them are damned good. They got a really good IPA. And, you know, they're right next to UM. If anybody is a fan of the Hurricanes, they're right next, they're like literally right off of the UM campus. Half of their clientele is UM students, but they make some good beer and the food kicks ass. If you're ever in the area, I recommend it. I figured since they're a small brewery and they're a small brewery, it only makes sense. So, on to Nimbus's Pale. That smelled odd. That didn't smell like anything I expected a pale ale should smell like. It's not bad, it's just not right. So we'll see. Alright. It's hazy. It's not a filtered beer. I can see through it, but there's stuff floating in there. So a little bit of sediment, well, a little haze, that's always cool. This is a hazy yellowish golden color, yellowish amber. I wouldn't even call this amber. This is like a hazy yellow. Yeah. I hate to say it, but this is like cloudy, dirty pee. You know, because usually like Budweiser and all the piss water American beers, it's just like piss, damn near light yellow, clear piss. This is like dirty, cloudy pee. Yeah. The head is nice and frothy though, so that's good. Looks kind of like the head on a vanilla milkshake from McDonald's. But there is really almost no odor coming off of this beer. There's no nose to this beer at all. It smells a little chalky. And yeah, okay, I pick up some hops. I mean, I gotta try really hard to pick up the hops. I'm getting some citrus hop under there. But man, this has got to be like the flattest smelling beer I think I've ever come across. Almost nothing coming off of this thing. Alright, let's just drink the damn thing then. Salud. Redemption. Sort of. Alright, the flavor is hoppy. Citrus, sharp citrus hop. But with like a chalky finish. Just off of the lack of aroma, okay, and that chalky smell and chalky finish. Glass half empty, leaning towards glass empty. The only redeeming quality to this beer is that the predominant flavor of the beer is citrus hop. There's nothing really nasty, or there's no off-putting, no nothing. No. It's a hoppy, citrus hoppy beer, but it has nothing else going for it. And that's what keeps it from being a glass empty. And I've had some bad bland pales, but this thing is just, I don't know if this is a bad bottle or what. I got another bottle and I'm going to probably drink it later today. If it ends up being different or better, I'll let you know. But as far as this goes, completely bland with the exception of strong citrus hops. The chalky finish kills it. resinous citrusy hop with a chalkiness to finish it off with. Good bite up front, you know, light leaning towards medium on the body, but there's not even really malt sweetness across the middle. It's just like, you know, it's just like beer water with a shitload of hops and then a chalky finish and not much else going on. So seriously strong glass, half empty for Nimbus's pale ale. Hopefully the other bottle will be better. If I don't tell you it is, then it wasn't. And we move on. Cheers. All right, what we have now is the Dirty Guera blonde ale from Nimbus. 4% alcohol by volume. Dirty Guera. Guera means white girl, Mexican slang if I'm not mistaken. So they're calling this the Dirty Guera with the blonde chick on there. This is their blonde ale. All right. Beer Advocate is now doing numbers. So this gets an 80 overall out of 28 reviews. Although Beer Advocate says that it's 3.5 ABV. So not sure what to expect here. I don't usually drink beers that are that low in alcohol. No point to it. It's supposed to be a twist off, but it ain't budging. Alright. I figured, Guera, low ABV, Budweiser glass is good here. And let's just see how refreshing this is. Smells like a Pilsner, like a light lager without the adjuncts. Kind of Euro. Slight malt in there. Bit of like an earthy hop thing. Kind of like that apple, pear apple kind of thing you get with some Pilsners and you know, golden lagers. Smells good. It's hazy. A lot of carbonation, but it's a dirty light orange amber kind of hazy thing. So let's drink up. Tastes good. Still has that apple pear character to it. Kind of like a malt. Not very heavy malt. It's there, but it's got a light sweetness to it. Not bad. Slight bitterness on the finish, but no real hop presence. It's almost like a carbonated apple juice that's not that appley. But it's got good carbonation. I mean, as you can see, that's a little off. We're in the 90s. We're not in the 90s. We're not in the 90s. We're in the 80s, high 70s, low 80s. It's December 30th in South Florida. These are what our summers are like sometimes. So this is a good, refreshing. Can I just say summers? These are what our winters are like. It's like summer. You get my point. It's December and it's hot, and this is a refreshing after work, outside, you know, hot weather beer. But you'll have to drink a 12-pack of this shit to catch a buzz. So I don't recommend buying it. I don't see the purpose in it, but taste-wise, it's drinkable. Nothing offensive. It's actually kind of tasty. The Nimbus Dirty Guera. Okay, here we have the Nimbus Red Ale Cerveza. And it's funny because the bottle says Red Ale Cerveza. Little goat boy, Bill Hicks. A little goat boy with 2 pitchers of beer there. That's not Goat Boy, it's the monkey with horns. Well, whatever. Couldn't help but thinking Goat Boy. Anyways, but on Beer Advocate, it's called Nimbus either Relito Red Ale or Rillito Red Ale. Not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that one, but whatever. Nimbus Red Ale Cerveza. Okay, cool. Going back to Beer Advocate really quick. Out of 30 reviews, we're talking about a 78 overall. And it's categorized as an American Amber, or a red ale, at 5% alcohol by volume. Confirmed by the bottle, 5% alcohol by volume. pop this guy open. Get right to it. I like a good red ale, especially a hoppy American red ale. The Summit Horizon is one of my favorite red ales. Is it the North Coast Brewery in California that makes the Red Seal Ale? I really love that one. So let's see if this stands up. This is a dirty water brown looking color. Tamarindo. If you ever drink, you know, hey, if you're in Arizona and you know about Nimbus and you speak a little Spanish, maybe, you know, in with the Mexican culture, it looks like a fucking tamarindo fucking jarrito. Yeah. You know Jarritos, those little Mexican sodas that they sell? Yeah. Anyways. So, I wouldn't call it red, but it's a dirty light brown. But yeah, looks interesting. Woo, smells malty. Oh wow, that smells like pure fucking caramelly. Yeah, man. I mean, just off top right now, I'm not getting any hops. I'm just getting a strong dose of malt. So now I just have to dig in. I have it a bit cold, but so the malt is going to come out more as this beer warms. But up front, I got a mild bitterness, and I say mild because it wasn't like an in-your-face grapefruit or a in-your-face pine. I'll have to get back to it. Not an in-your-face grapefruit or in-your-face pine kind of hop. But there's definitely a bitterness there, a grassy, herbally bitterness, and it was strong enough to really counteract that malt. It seems a little thin, but maybe I've just been sitting on this beer too long. Oh, she's insistent. I'll tell you what. I'll put it like this. I'll hold off judgment on this beer because this beer seems to have potential. If you can get your hands on this beer fresh, I suggest you do it because it's there. There's a good bitterness balanced by a good hoppiness. But this may not be the best example of it. But all in all, I think Nimbus is heading definitely in the right direction with this beer. And there's not much more I can say. Sadly, I only have the one beer. And again, you know, I may have been sitting on it for too long, who knows. But all in all, I've had beers a whole lot worse than this. Nice balance, nice body, potential for sure. So yeah, cerveza, Nimbus is red ale, not fucking bad. And there you have it, guys. 5 beers, 5 reviews. The beers from Nimbus Brewing in Tucson, Arizona. I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. And remember, check me out, man. It's Hoggie's Beer on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram, maybe one of these days. All right. So thanks for checking in. There's more coming. See you on the next one. Cheers.